Chat. Hello, 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 hello. Let me turn this off real quick. Hello, yes, it is I, JoshtheTourist, and I forgot to put this over here. Let me, I always forget my webcam. I always forget, like, what kind of content I'm doing. Am I doing reaction? Am I doing a actual script? Am I doing a live stream? This is my live stream setup right here. I just think it looks better that way. I don't know. Let me know down in the comments. So what do you guys think? This is an uncalled for stream, an unplanned one. I should have actually planned it. I forgot. Where is game capture? No, it's not gaming anything. I should have I should have whatchamacallit. Words are hard, guys. I should have scheduled the stream just so people would know. I don't think I even talked about it in my Discord. I was just planning, like, I want to stream my winter thoughts for anime. And I ended up not doing that, which, during the winter, I wasn't still kind of catching up on some catalog and stuff that I wanted to do. And I ended up postponing it until, well, now it is quite it's late, it's the summer. It's the summer season. It's summer now, guys. Oof. So yeah, right now it's the summer season. Winter is long gone. But you know what? I had a lot of fun doing my summer seasonal list, and now here I am doing the winter one as well. Just gonna double check, make sure that the audio. Okay, yeah. So yes, we were going to be doing the winter 2025 anime seasonal list. This is more of a cataloging thing for me. I'll probably in the playlist put this before the spring one, just so that it's there. And yeah, maybe I'll go back and do full 2024. I'm not sure yet, because I know I did summer 2024. So just to have that unbroken list, I might do that. And just a disclaimer, during this season of anime, I was still kind of not into watching anime. I got burnt out pretty badly. So this season I took a break, and then we came up with the idea in the Discord to do a yearly anime awards. So I started catching up on all the shows that I was already interested in. So I haven't seen a lot of these shows. And I have no interest in watching a lot of these shows. So for starters, I haven't seen anything about Dragon Ball. Someone just wanted to haven't seen. This is Blue something. It's about samurai. I haven't seen it. I have no idea what that is. I remember the trailer for this one. And yes, I'm speedrunning it. Sorry, I just got off an episode of Dr. Stone, so I'm kind of jazzed right now. I forgot what this one was called, but I wasn't really grabbed by the trailer. I remember that. Let me turn on Dark Reader right now. Usually during the day I have it off, and during night I have it on. But right now I have my blinds closed, so it's pretty harsh. Shoot, what was it? I feel like it was up here maybe. I forgot the name of the show. But yeah, I think Eevee was interested in watching it. I don't know if he ever did watch it. It's either Eevee or Sora. That show of was it a teacher teaching the dead? Something like that? I don't remember. But I remember someone I knew was interested in it, and I was not. Like, the trailer didn't grab me at all. So I haven't seen. I think I don't know what that is. One Piece, I'll put it in want to watch, even though I'm so far behind. This is the remake, kind of, I think, of that one show from like the 80s. They remade it again. Is this the remake? Perfect Origin. Yeah, I wasn't interested in this. The trailer didn't grab me. I know I'm skipping a lot, guys. I'm skipping a lot, but we'll get to stuff I have seen in a minute. I swear. I watched anime this season. This one. I again, I don't know the name. It's been, this is what happens if I don't watch a whole, if I don't do this like right after a season ends, I forget all of them. Momentary Lily. This is done by Studio Gohans, aka the most extra studio working right now. I did not watch it. It did not look great. In terms of like the trailer didn't grab me, the plot wasn't great, and it ended up at the end of the day not getting great reception. So I'm like, I'm not gonna spend time doing that. But the the animation for the opening is just balls to the wall. I respect it. I respect the energy. Don't know what this is. Don't know what this is. This is isekai trash. Don't know what this is. Sora. If Sora was here, he'd be begging me to put this up here. This is the one where a guy dies. It's not an isekai technically. I don't believe he gets reincarnated into a new world. He gets reincarnated into a cat in the same fantasy world. And a big titty elf is like, oh ho ho, the kitty cat, whoa, yay, I'm gonna bestiality you. I'm probably gonna get demonetized for that. Yeah, this is a don't even bother on my end. It's just, I was forced to watch the first episode with Sora. I didn't like it, so yeah, I don't care for this premise. This is Inizuki's dog, Inizuki-san's dog, but as a cat instead. So if you're into it, that's on you. I don't know what this one is. This one, I liked the art style, but I didn't end up watching it. This one, this is the COVID-19 one, where a girl, she has like these 4 guys. Oh, which one is she gonna go for? It's a harem. It's a reverse harem. But oh no, COVID or a mysterious disease happens, and everyone's in quarantine, but they all interact. They don't even acknowledge the disease. I didn't watch it. I was kind of interested. Bad reviews, so I didn't end up giving it a shot. This one is an alchemist one. Didn't watch. Sorority Utility. Now golfing. I want to watch this one. I really like the opening and the ending. I just haven't gotten around to it. So I will eventually watch Sorority Utility, probably before One Piece. Shoot, I know the name of this one. What was it? Oh my god, why am I forgetting it? I read the manga to it. Why can't I remember? Shoot. Where is it? Madaka Kudo. I think it's just Madaka-kun, but they gave him his whole name on the poster. Madaka is impervious to my charms. Yeah, so I read the manga on this from recommendation from one of my friends. I thought it was okay. It is kind of your standard high school rom-com slice of life, shenanigans and stuff. I thought it was okay as a manga, right? It was. I read the 135 chapters. I caught up, and then when the anime was announced, I'm like, oh cool! This will be the first time I've watched an anime that I've actually caught up to the manga on. And then I watched the first episode, and I kind of just thought, man, do I want to go through this again? And now this is why this show has kind of cemented why I wait to watch the anime before I read the manga, because I'm not sure if I dropped this show because I knew what was going to happen and didn't care to re-experience it, or if just because it's maybe not the greatest. I haven't seen it. I skipped so much this season. This is another hotel one, which I haven't seen. Okay, just gonna speed round some of these. Haven't seen. Oh, this is the idol one, so definitely haven't seen it. It's honey lemon soda. Haven't seen this one. Idol. Oh wait, no, I know what that one is. Haven't seen that one. Danmachi. That Blue Devil Extras, yeah. That's season 2 of Afurieta, which I haven't seen. Actually, I'll put that back. Don't know what that is. Wow, Doctor Stone came out. I feel like season 4, part 1 of Doctor Stone came out so much earlier. It's Apothecary Diaries, ReZero, Shangri-La, Sakamoto. Haven't seen. Fate, Link. Oh my god, Link Click came out. Ooh. The sister one, Blue Box, part 2. I think that's Rurouni Kenshin. Orb, part 2. The Doctor one. I don't know what this one is. Do I know what that one is? I don't think I do. I don't know what that one is. And this one looks... Wait, is Shangri-La on here twice? Yeah, Shangri-La is on here twice. Okay. So, I guess... Let's rank Shangri-La first, then. I don't know why it's on here twice. But, yeah, Shangri-La... I'm conflicted on it because I dropped season 1. And season 1, I dropped it because at the time I was watching, like, way too much. I watched, like, the first 7 episodes, maybe. And I thought to myself, I'm not really getting into it. I was kind of hoping for something a little more. I thought it was going to be an isekai, but it ended up being like a video game isekai, which just interests me way less. Thanks Sword Art Online. But yeah, I might come back to it because I remember I liked the action. But technically I should put it in dropped because I haven't seen this season. I dropped season 1. But I do kind of want to go back to season 1 and give it a second shot when I'm not as busy watching other shows. So Shangri-La, for some reason, it's on this list twice. It gets to be put in watched because I want to watch. Oh, what's up, Eevee? Don't worry about it, man. This is like more of a cataloging experience for me, just so like I can look back at the end of the year and go, okay, these are my goats for all these seasons. But yeah, this is everything that I haven't seen. As you can see, it's a lot. This is for winter, and then this is Sora's Goat, just to catch you up, and then this is Shangri-La right here. Which have you seen Shangri-La? For the Anime Awards, yeah. This is so I can like look back at like during the Anime Awards and go like, okay, so these are my favorites. This is what I'm voting for, just so I can remember. Because I'm going to forget. Not yet. Yeah, I think you'll probably enjoy it. I want to give it a second chance. Basically, I feel like it's just going to be like kind of one of those turn your brain off shows. So I want to give it a second chance. But I just haven't gotten around to it. Then we have Emeku Doctor, which... I'm going to put it here. That makes sense. Ryan was confused when he saw this on your dropped list. Yeah, when I was saying earlier, I feel like I really wanted to like it. And I thought it was going to be an isekai, and it turned out to be a video game isekai, which interests me way less because at that point I feel like there's no stakes in anything. But I think I just went into it with the wrong mindset. I liked the action, but I was just not interested in the plot. So I do want to give it a second chance, see if maybe I know what it is, if like I'll enjoy it more, or if it's just like, it's just not my genre at that point after the second chance. But we'll see. I'll give Ryan an update whenever I do try out this show again. For Meku Doctor, I watched the first episode and I wasn't interested, but I did want to like it. I feel like Doctor anime is it's a niche that we haven't gotten yet, especially like modern day Doctor anime. I wanted to like this more, but I ended up dropping it. Also, Sora isn't stealing my crown this time. No, I think Sora's at work, so I don't think he will even have a chance to steal your crown. I don't know why in that first stream you weren't even getting nominated. You were speaking way more than Sora. That was really weird. It looks like YouTube's like worked out the kinks of whatever this crown system is. I know I'm going out of order, But it's just because like there's shows that I know way more about in here, and then shows that I'm not interested or don't have that much to say about. Like Roni Kenshin, this is a dropped. I watched the first 3 or 4 episodes of the new reboot for season 1. I have not seen the original, but yeah, those first 3 or 4 episodes didn't grab me. And this has nothing to do with the controversy that the author's going through. I don't even think it's a controversy. It's literally just a crime. But this has nothing to do with that. I separate the art from the artist, or at least I try to. And yeah, I just did not enjoy those that first batch of episodes. I didn't feel like it required a reboot. I haven't seen the original, but my kind of state of mind is if you're getting a reboot, then you need to go all out. You need to prove why you need to exist. And I feel like this animation was so subpar that maybe the original will end up being better. I don't know. This is so far a story that I'm not interested in. I think it was Roni Kenshin, right? Was it Roni Kenshin? Yeah, I think Roni Kenshin had the thing with the author. Unlike... Oops, what did I do? Unlike with Anime of the Year last year's, there's an argument for solo leveling for this season. Yeah, I'm going to get to solo leveling eventually. I still think, like, even if this was season 1, what season did solo leveling come? It doesn't matter. If this was season 1 of solo leveling, I still think I would put it in my GOATs. Because for these tier lists, I don't go by like, okay, based off of every anime I've seen, this is where it lands. Because if that's the point, I don't think anything is going to go into my GOATs. It's going to be like so rare. This is based off of a seasonal performance. So I like season 1 of solo leveling a lot. I don't remember exactly what season it aired in, but for a seasonal, I would have put it in S tier. If we're being realistic, I'd probably put it like in a low A, but more likely a B. I still enjoy solo leveling, even though it did not deserve Anime of the Year. That's still crazy. Alpharetta, I am mixed on. I haven't seen it. I don't know if I want to watch it or not. I think I'll put it in want to watch. As I said, for winter 2025. Yeah, exactly. And it'd be the same thing for season 1. I would put season 1 in my GOATs, but realistically, as a whole, solo leveling is like a B tier show. Still very enjoyable. But yeah, I don't know if I want to watch Alpharetta or not. I haven't given it a shot. I've heard good things about it, I think. I'm not entirely sure what it's about. Also, this is my... I need to actually look at it. Also, this is my favorites list. Also, this is a favorites list, completely different from Anime of the Year, which is a best list. Okay. Yeah. All right. Best list. Sorry, it's because on mobile, YouTube has like the heart icon here. I'm like, buddy, I can't read that. Also, this is a favorites list, completely different from Anime of the Year, which is a best list. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. When we go over Anime of the Year, eventually. Yeah, on mobile, there's this heart right here. I can't get rid of it, so like, it'll it looks kind of like this, so I couldn't read some of the text, but I was able to expand the thing. So yeah, for Anime of the Year, I'm gonna look back on all these tier lists, and then eventually, or not eventually, I'm gonna look back on all these tier lists and like kind of make my own list again. Okay, like, so if these were my GOATs of the year, where do these GOATs go from there? If I have 20 GOATs of the year, what is my top 20? Like, how do I categorize them and all that? So this is to help me remember, like, okay, this is how I felt about a show at the time. Do I still feel this way, or has time changed that? And I think for some of these shows, time is going to change that. My Happy Marriage is a dropped. I did not enjoy... I enjoyed season 1 up until they went through their first arc, and then after their first arc, it was so boring. So I have no interest in continuing. I don't know. I don't know where I want. I don't know what I want to talk about first. Blue Devil Exorcist is a want to watch. It is one of those shows that I know people talk about, but I've just never given it the time to get into it. But yeah, I'll eventually get to Blue Devil Exorcist. Does this one include Link Click? Yeah, baby, it's right here. Oh my gosh. Yeah, Link Click is here. And it still hurts. Toilet Bound Hanekatoon is a haven't seen. I know it's popular. Danmachi is a dropped. I lost interest after season 4. Let's see what else. The Elf Reverse Isekai is a semi want to watch. As more time passes, I'm less interested in checking it out. Maybe I'll watch it with Sora. Like, after we've finished Violet Evergarden and some other stuff, maybe we'll get around to this one. But this is a very low want to watch to haven't seen. But it looks wholesome. It's just, my catalog is way too big, so I don't have the time to check it out right now. But if I ever do get the time, maybe I'll kind of feel like I want to hit that niche. Let's see. Fake Strange Night is going to the top. Okay, we'll put it above like that, I guess. Fate, I'm very conflicted on. I'm trying so hard to get into Fate right now. I'm like 10 episodes into Fate Zero, and I watched. What was the one that comes before Fate Zero? I watched the original Fate. Is it Fate Stay Night? I think it's Fate Stay Night. I watched the original. It was painful. It was really bad. But I know everyone. I should have just skipped it. But everyone's like, oh, Fate gets better after that. You don't even have to watch it. I don't know why I watched it. And I'm trying so hard to get into Fate Zero. I'm just not interested. But the action scenes look so good. I've seen so many great clips. I'm like, I want to see these in context. But I don't know how I'm going to push through. Peak bad take. I'm trying, Sora, okay? I'm trying. You're not stealing the crown this time. We'll see. Right now, Sora is number 2. So we'll have to see if he somehow worms his way into number 1. But yeah, I'm trying to like Fate. I'm trying so hard. But I don't know. I'm just not clicking with it for some reason. But I still do want to watch it. Just for the action sequences. It's ufotable. It's the same thing with Demon Slayer. But yeah, I really want to watch Fate. I really want to like Fate. I'll get around to it eventually. Let's see. You pathetic worm. Damn. Alright. Let's see. Okay, no. This one. I want... What is it, the name of this one? I remember it was done by Studio Bind. Flower and Asura. This is kind of a voice acting slice of life show. Basically, these characters kind of speak poetry. They tell each other poetry and all that. They create stories, and it's very reliant on their voice and their inflection of words, right? Sadly, I believe that this show streams on High Dive, so any hope of a dub is completely gone for me. And watching this subbed, I did not understand a lot of like the critiques that were being made for these characters. Like, this is a show that I think does better if you understand Japanese completely, because this is legitimate. Like, they were giving like, oh, you need to pronounce this word like this with more emphasis here. But when you read that, I don't think it clicked for me. I really wanted to like this show because I really like Studio Bind's work, but it just wasn't clicking for me. And I think that's more of like a me thing than anything else. He might take the crown if the call happens. What call? No, High Dive, the destroyer of worlds. Appa for Heart's Appa for heart reasons. I ate a million appa. Oh, apples. Yeah, I mean, like, it didn't get a dub. I don't think it got a dub. And I think it's on High Dive. Or maybe it's on Hulu. I don't know. But either way, this show didn't get a dub. So a lot of, like, the kind of critiquing of you need to put this inflection on these certain words. You need to sound like this. All those, like, small, very crucial details that make a show like this stand out were lost to me. So that sucks. For me, anyway. I'm sure that this show did fairly well in Japan, or people that actually understand Japanese that enjoy this niche. All right, just going through some of these last ones. Unnamed Memory is a dropped. The first season was extremely boring. I heard the light novel's good, and I heard that they kind of butchered the adaptation, so I might give the light novel a shot, but the anime I'm done with. The Oji-san Isekai, or Oji-san Princess, what's this word? The Oji-san Isekai, where the old guy turns into a girl. I want to watch it, but the more time that passes, very similar to the elf one, the more time that passes with this one, the less interested I am in catching up to it. But I do want to at least give the first couple episodes a try, just to see how the premise goes. The Oji-san Otome, that's what it is. Is Link Click here? Yeah, Link Click's here. Womp womp. Who's womp womping? What are you waiting for me to say? What are you waiting for me to say, Sora? I'm very scared. Let's see. Okay. I have a crush at work, aka I have a girlfriend at work. I think this is a mistranslation because this is not a crush. Just making sure you remember to put it. Yeah, no, Link Click is here. It's at the bottom. And I didn't make this list. This is someone else's list. He won't. What? What am I supposed to say? What are we waiting for me to say? Why are we womp womping? But this is a dropped. I wish I liked it more, but I don't know. I just wasn't clicking with this. I kind of thought it was very contrived. This was on my manga read list, and then after I watched the episode, this one I just took it off my manga read list. I was so uninterested. Basically, their workplace has no qualms about, sometimes it's like, oh, we can't date at work because like there's like a rule, like there's no dating coworker rule, right? I don't believe that their workplace has any qualms with it, so they are trying to keep their relationship a secret for themselves. So they act mean to each other at work. They act like they don't exist, and then they're all like mushy outside of it. I don't know. I wasn't buying the premise of it. This was a show I was looking forward to, and after like 3 episodes, it wasn't even that I wish I liked it more. It's just I was done with this show. So it was a dropped for me. This one, god damn it. This one, what was this one called? Shoot, where was it? It's right here. I'm getting married to a girl I hate in my class. This was supposed to be the revival of Nisekoi. This was supposed to be the big comeback. This was supposed to be the replacement, right? Guy and girl forced to get married, or not forced to get into a relationship because of their grandparents or parents. And then harem unleashes, right? This was supposed to be my goat. I was supposed to get my Nisekoi fix here. This was insufferable. This is not even a job. This is a don't even bother. After 1 episode, I was so done with this show. I wanted to like it so much. I was so hyped into getting into it. But what they did, okay, this is not uncommon, right? For the first episode of an anime, not a lot, but like 50-50, they'll skip the intro so they can fit as much time into that episode as possible. And this show did that, right? They skipped the intro. And I was like, okay, yeah, right, all right, let's get into it, right? I was so bored. I was so pissed off that when the intro played, I was like, thank God it's over. I reached for my remote, and it was only 12 minutes in. They delayed the intro to halfway through the episode. And I was like, I feel like I've watched 40 minutes already. What do you mean I still have 12 more minutes to watch? This show was a pain in the ass to get through. And I'm like, I can't do this. I dropped it after one episode. The chemistry was awful. The characters were annoying. And the premise is like just even less believable than Nisekoi. It was just dumb. Sakamoto goes in meh tier. Part 2 I like a lot more. But I like the characters in part 1, which you didn't, so I don't expect the same would happen for you. Sakamoto is good. Don't get over the hate. Don't get the over hate. Oh, over hate. It's a 7 for part 1. Part 2 is a 9. Bro got the TikTok brain. No, Sora. No, actually, no. I would say I challenge you to watch this, but I'm afraid that you would like it. I'm afraid that you would like it. There is a sister character. There is a little sister character, so that makes it S tier for you anyway. But no, that show, I'm Marrying the Girl I Hate in My Class, it's just insufferable. It's not. I was like cheering when the intro happened, like it's over, and no, it's just bad. All right, yeah, let's put Sakamoto in here. Let's start talking about that. So I know that season 2 is currently airing right now. Season 1, there was a lot of hype behind it. I know that there's a controversy behind it as well, because it's the same studio that's doing Dr. Stone, I believe, which I forgot the name of it. I forgot the name of the studio, but it's the same studio that's doing Dr. Stone. Dr. Stone is not an action anime. It's not really known. I don't think the studio is known for action, and Sakamoto Days is half action, more comedy. So yeah, I was excited, right? Everyone's kind of hyping this up. This is like, this is kind of like the new generation of shonen manga. Is it shonen? I don't know. This is like the new generation of popular manga. With the ending, with Chainsaw Man coming to an end, Jujutsu Kaisen ending, and My Hero Academia ending, this was kind of supposed to be the new big thing. And yeah, it's meh. I know season 2, like Eevee is really enjoying season 2 right now, and I dropped season 1 because I wasn't really enjoying it. I didn't really find a lot of the I didn't really find a lot of the comedy that funny. And I thought it was going to be a different show. I didn't really expect the comedy to be such a big thing. I thought it was going to be more like John Wick-ish. And like the action is pretty decent in some areas, but overall, quality-wise, I think it could be more consistent. But let me just catch up on the comments really quick. What kind of anime do you think I like, bro? Sora, you're over here. The only anime you watch consistently, the only animes you finish consistently in a season are hentai. Every time we ask you what anime did you watch, you're like, oh yeah, you know this one. I watched the Dark Elf anime. I watched the cat bestiality anime. Like, buddy! Oh, this is a very bad time for you to come in, Karma. I did not. I'm mocking Sora. I personally did not watch the cat bestiality anime. Have you seen 2B Hero X? I'm making a video on 2B Hero X. Sorry, I got so excited. I recorded my lines for a video on 2B Hero X yesterday, so I have to edit that. But yes, oh my god, dude, I'm loving 2B Hero X. Please not Eevee and Josh likes the overhyped Diaries anime. Nah, Sora, you just don't get it. That anime was so mid, no romance at all. It's not I mean, yeah, maybe we missold it to you, but it's not a romance. It's a drama with romance in it. Sora on is insane rant. You see Karma knows peak, Josh. So I thought you were saying that 2B Hero X was mid, Sora. Also, I might need you to make an intro for me for 2B Hero X. To Be Hero X has one of the third best animation I've seen in anime for at least this year. I very much agree with you. When we're coming into everything, I have to like think about it, but I love the concept within the first 7 episodes of switching the animation. First of all, the 3D animation is so clean. Um, I love. I already loved the aesthetic of the 3D animation, and then when we go into the 2D animation for a lot of the big fights, oh my god, it's so good. China, like China is like every season. It's like every other season they release a banger. It's like we have Link Click banger, then we get the what was it called? Then we get the solo leveling ripoff. That was ass. Then we got To Be Hero X banger. So fall 2025, it's gonna be a bad one. But that means winter 2026, we're gonna get another banger. China cooks with its animation quality. It does, man. It's so good. Um, like even if the plot's not great, there was that one show. It's called something about the elements. I forgot what it was called. It was something the elements. It was a 2D animation show, but it was a unique 2D animation. It had a style to it. The plot, kind of garbage, serviceable, not great. The action sequences were some of the best things I've seen. It was phenomenal. The choreography, the why do I forget words? The choreography, the camera movements, everything was so top notch for that show. And I'm like, why isn't this streaming anywhere? It was so good. But To Be Hero X, I love the show. Even though they've stopped doing the 3D to 2D switches, I think the 2D is still carrying really hard right now. But I do hope that we start doing more 3D CG stuff soon and go back to switching. Yeah, literally, a China animator made that goated fight in Bard. Yes. The Momokoshi versus Naruto and Sasuke fight. Yeah, Fog Hill of the Five Elements is that one. They have so many great fights in that show. And it's not just like one fight that they pop off. It's like every other episode, maybe every 2 or 3 episodes, they have a banger fight. And it's like always extremely high quality. His name is Huang. Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm gonna butcher this. His name is Huang Chengji. Dude, yeah, I remember seeing something in the news, not like actual news, but like in the anime news, that the Boruto fight, it's like the best fight in Boruto. It's the Momokoshi versus Naruto and Sasuke. I haven't seen Boruto. I'm not caught up on Naruto either. I've seen that fight a countless amount of times. That guy just knows how to do action. There's also that one. I don't remember the name of this one at all. I can't give you a hint of the name. At least with Fog Hill, I remembered the element. But there's this one. I think it's the same guy too. He also animated the anime cutscenes in Black Myth. Oh, okay. I need to play Black with Wukong. But dang, that guy's getting around. I think this guy also did this fight. It's it is Chinese. It's a guy with a baseball cap chasing these 3 other guys. They get into a tussle. There's some cool water bottle. Like he has his water bottle and he flips it and snaps it onto his belt. There's a time where he dodges and his hat goes up and he puts his hat back on, and then all of a sudden the 3 people that he's chasing remember that they know magic and they start shooting fireballs at him. I know that was horribly butchered. They fight in the park, if that helps. I think it was the same guy that did that fight too. But dude, that guy's super talented. He knows how to make good fights. Also, with the music, they always hit too, especially for Link Click. Haven't seen To Be Hero X yet. Dude, Eevee. To Be Hero X's soundtrack is done by Hideyuki Sawana. Every time there's a big fight, that guy just does not miss. There is several hype moments and the music only elevates it. It's so good. China and Japan animation rivalry is always fun to watch, mainly because to see good quality. 100%, man. And it's not just China and Japan. It's kind of if the US starts stepping up too, or any other country, if they start stepping up their own animation game, which like I think Arcane is done by French developers. I think. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think Arcane is animated by a French development house. It's only going to get better for all of us, right? Because that just means the quality has to go up. Of course, we're going to get like the mediocre shows, because not every show mediocre in terms of animation quality, because not every show needs god tier animation. But when it comes to like the heavy hitters, it's just going to make it better for everyone, because everyone's competing. Like these companies are competing for that quality, and as long as like there's competition, as long as there's competition in the market, they're just going to keep pushing themselves. Hopefully, let me just say this, they are treating their employees well, right? Just because you want to be the best doesn't mean you have to start incorporating slave labor. In a perfect world, they would actually have this thing called time, where it's like, okay, guys, we are going to release this show in 2 years. Instead of, guys, we have an episode that we're coming out. We have an episode that needs like 50,000 frames, and it comes out next week, right? You would hope that time is given to these animators for them to go back to home and enjoy life. So yeah, I'm very sympathetic to the animators' plight, but also y'all cook very, very well. Let's see. I hope China gains more attention in 2D department. I think China is only known for doing 3D or CGI animation due to Nezha 2 being super successful. Let me look at that up. I think Supercube was the mid one that I was talking about. That was it was Chinese animated. It had 3 great fights. Episode 1, episode 2, and then episode 7. And then the rest of the show was like extremely mid quality. I don't believe that one had any CG animation. And if it did, they hit it very well. But that was also like very great with 2D animation. This is called Nezha 2. Oh. Okay. I have not seen this one. Wow, that looks really good. That looks very good. I might have to check this out. Just like pictures. I would watch the trailer, but I am scared of copyright. If Japanese copyright is terrifying, I'm horrified of Chinese copyright potential. But yeah, I hope that China starts getting more recognition for themselves within the anime community. Even though, technically it's not anime, it's donghua, but it's the same thing. Not really. I mean, yeah, anime is like Japanese animation, but anime, it's not a genre. It translates to animation, cartoon. Also, we need mention Korea Animation Studios. They are heavily known for being freelanced by Western USA. Shows like Avatar: The Last Airbender, which I was gonna say, isn't like half a season of Korra done by a Korean team? I know, a lot of shows within the US do have Korean teams, which they do need more representation. Like the show might air in the US, but they need to give credit to where credit is due. It's not US teams; it's usually Korean teams that do it. When are you watching Arcane? I watched Arcane. I've seen Arcane. Wait, who are we talking about? Arcane is goated. Arcane is a French studio. Okay, yeah. Studio for each. Also, hey, welcome, Reister. You're already number 3. Oh, man, YouTube is doing Karma dirty right now. Karma's been here a little bit longer. He's been speaking way more. Nezha is a Chinese mythology character who is in Journey to the West, along with the Sun Wukong and Edrin. Oh, okay. Erlang Shen. So I haven't read Journey of the West, or I haven't seen anything about it, but I do know Black Myth Wukong is either heavily inspired by it, or is it kind of an adaptation of it, which I haven't played the game. I'm waiting for it to go on sale. But I've heard it's very influential. It's a very influential story. So yeah, I'll have to check out Nezha. He said hopefully us, but we all know it's not for a movie. They won't animate it. He said hopefully US, but unfortunately the US storytelling quality has died over the last few years. I can think of like 2 animated shows in the 2020s that are from the US that were solid. Yeah. Studio Mir did X-Men 97? That was Mir? It wasn't United States. US, please. US. I mean, like, yeah, like, you're hiring the goats, but US, please start hiring your own people for this. X-Men 97 is one of those 2 shows. Nothing will be a threat to the 2 powerhouses of animation. On God, Matt. Even when the US is cooking with, like, shows like X-Men 97, like, it's not technically, like, their script they're cooking, but, like, their animation. That's Mir? That's crazy. That is crazy. I didn't realize it was Mir. Let's see. But yeah, I agree, Eevee. Like, it's kind of hard for, like, United States. I feel like I haven't really gotten invested in a lot of, like, US animated works lately. Which, you know, it would suck, but I have all this anime to catch up to. So, oh well. Yeah, our animation is overly outsourced, it would seem. What about Oh yeah, Lego Monkey? Lego Monkey Kid? I haven't seen Lego Monkey Kid. I forgot about Rise of the TMT. I am not a Ninja Turtle, guys. I'm not a Ninja Turtle guy. I have seen clips of it, and it looks really good. So, hey, you know what? That's a W. If it's made in the U.S., that's a big W, because that show has no right to go so hard. They animified the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and they have some great clips for that. Let's see. The only good ones we did is Into the Spider-Verse, which is Sony, which I believe has some... Was Into the Spider-Verse semi... Like, I don't know. Maybe it was outsourced to Japan. I think TMNT might have hit 2020. It is I don't remember when it came out. We're talking about the newest one, I think. I wasn't counting movies. Yeah, movies, I think we... yeah, there's a lot of... When you put me on the spot, I'm not going to be able to give you guys anything. I'm sorry. But movies, yeah, like Disney, Pixar, they still have like great... Like Inside Out 2, I recently watched that. God damn, that hit. That was a good movie. And not just an animated movie, just in general. And then, of course, Spider-Verse is goated. Other movies I've seen that I just can't remember right now. Yeah, there's a lot of good stuff in terms of movie quality. But for shows, it's harder because, you know, X-Men 97. I'm going to pretend like I watched it. I am going to watch it. I just need time. But X-Men 97, right? It's like U.S. script, U.S. characters, but Studio Mir, not a U.S. studio. So it's like, where do you draw the line of, is this a U.S. project or is this a outsourced project? Is this U.S. animation or is this not? K-pop Demon Hunters, that's true. That was Sony. It wasn't the same team as Spider-Verse, but some of the people. Yeah, I'll give K-pop Demon Hunters. K-pop Demon Hunters was a banger. I listened to the soundtrack. I went on a run today and I listened to some of the soundtrack. Puss in Boots, yes, okay. See, like, once you guys start naming the stuff, I will remember stuff I've seen. Oh yeah, I think it was made by an Australian studio. My bad. It's all right. Like it is. It's like I said. Like, where do you draw the line? Like, these are United States characters. These are United States scripts, which I do think the script is very important a lot of the times. I mean, just look at all these shows that I haven't seen dropped, want to watch, and all, yeah, or don't even bother. Right? I do think that the script is important, but it's like, do we count this as a United States show because it aired in the United States, or do we count this as like an anime because it was technically done by an anime studio, like in Japan, or is outsourced to a studio in Korea? That's just an interesting question. While I love Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, I hate when some people automatically call a new movie that was. I hate when some people automatically call a new movie that has a similar style, calling a Spider-Verse art style. Oh my god. Okay, wait, maybe was that the TMNT movie you're talking about? I thought you were talking about wait, give me a second. I just remembered that there is that other TMNT movie, Rise of the TMNT. Let me see. Okay, yeah. So okay, yeah, we were talking about the same one. Yeah, okay. I was talking about this one. There's a really cool fight scene in this show that I see getting clipped all the time, with them kind of doing like energy constructs through a building. It's like they're falling. It's really cool. I completely forgot that there was an animated TMNT movie that was inspired by Spider-Verse. It's their style. I keep hitting the mic. I'm sorry, guys. TMNT animated movie. What was this called? Not that one. New TMNT maybe? This one. Mutant Mayhem, that's what it's called. I haven't seen it. This one did come out. I heard it was really good. And the animation looks really good too. Again, I'm not a TMNT guy, so I'm not usually on top of this. When Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse literally didn't create the style. It didn't create it, but it popularized it. So that it happens. Like, you know, the show that makes something popular, or like the thing that makes something popular, people will go like, oh, that's that style, right? Even though like Spider-Verse's animation, it's been done before, just not to the level and not to the worldwide view of Spider-Verse. Now let's get back to the topic. I know, Eevee, I made it through so many shows and then we got into this huge tangent. Go on, Josh, continue. This is supposed to be an anime ranking tier list. Let's rate the rest of them for the anime. Still talking about animation, still talking about anime. Technically, yeah. All right, let's rank a few more anime. You guys can keep talking in the comments. We're gonna rank a few anime and then I'll catch up to the comments. These shows I have seen in some form. Like, which one do I want to talk about? Sora's favorite. What is this one called? The 100 Girlfriends That Really, 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 Really Love You. Yeah, I'm gonna be honest, guys. I didn't make it through the first season. I really wanted to like this show, but the comedy was just not for me. It was like way too out there. I enjoy a moderate amount of ecchi. I enjoy a moderate amount of like guffaws, but this show was just too much. It was too much for me. I like harem shows. I mean, I love Nisekoi. I love Quintessential Quintuplets. Those are two of my favorite romances. But this was just like, I know it's a parody. I know you're not supposed to take it seriously. I didn't. And I really wanted to like it because I heard so many people liked it. Like they liked the manga or the original source material. But I just couldn't get into this show, so I didn't end up watching season 2. Let's see. Because you have skill issue, I knew it. Yeah, so I know you like this show. I know. Maybe we can watch it after we watch Violet Evergarden. Maybe like this can be the new show that we watch. Let's see. I'm just gonna catch up to the rankings or to the comments real quick. Oh dang, Eevee's been dethroned by Ryan? What? That's crazy. I don't know how this crown system works. I see like there's an XP system. I do not know what that XP system means or what it stands for. Ryan is Jinwoo right now. Ryan came in later than everyone else and stole the crown. Ryan is aura farming my stream, guys. Maybe it also counts historical streams? I don't think so because I have 0 XP and I had like 50 the last stream. So I don't know how this system works. It's weird. Alright. Let's see. You know what? I'm going to do the same thing here. I already know Eevee's answer, so Apothecary Diaries is going to go in my goats. I still haven't seen it yet. I know I should watch it. I'm catching up, guys. I swear. Look, look, look. These are the shows right now that I'm trying to catch up on. Once I catch up to these shows, not ignore Ascendance of the Bookworm. That's just for me to remember that I'm watching it. But like once I catch up to these shows, I promise I'll watch Apothecary Diaries. I'm so excited. I need to watch it, but I'll get to it. Lol, me and Eevee went on here one time a few days ago and judged through your anime list. I know Eevee was telling me that you were surprised that I had Shangri-La in my dropped list. I want to give it another chance. I will give it another chance. But yeah, I feel like my anime list is just like a mystery because like you will think that I have a genre like, oh, Josh vibes with this genre, and then you'll see like something that should be up my alley in my dropped list. I'm a complicated person. What can I say? All right. Let's see. Okay, we'll go Zenshu. Sorry, not gonna lie. The low No Game No Life score was hilarious. I did not like No Game No Life that much. It's like I finished the show. I thought it was okay. It was originally a different score. I'll say this: it was originally a little bit higher. But like the more time I think about it, the more I question why is this show so glazed. And I think that's, I don't know, it's just not, it's not my kind of show. But I thought it was okay at first, and then the longer I thought about it, like the more time I hear, the more time I think about my experience with the show, and the more time I hear people glaze it, I'm like, why? It was originally higher, but I went back and changed it. He's watching Violet Evergarden, so I'll let him take a minute for Apothecary Diary. Thank you for your permission. You rewatched it since then? I have not rewatched it. I'm going to start rewatching it soon, hopefully. I think bro needs to rewatch it. No, so do not tempt Sora. He will make me go through it again. But yeah, I don't. Oh shoot! I accidentally hit my home button. But yeah, I don't think it's up your alley for anime varieties. Yeah, I mean it was okay. It was just like it was a standard isekai story for me. But I might have also gone in with expectations too high because like everyone glazes this show. Everyone loves Violet Evergarden, or everyone loves No Game No Life, right? Everyone's like, oh, we need season 2. Oh, I love it so much. Oh, it's one of my favorite animes. And I'm watching like, this is every other isekai I've seen. Dude, Sora, you can't just keep saying no romance too. I know you watched it for the romance. I'm sorry. I'm sorry that I accidentally glazed the romance. I like my slow burn. The chemistry between Mao Mao and Jinshi is incredible. But it's not a romance show. I'm sorry that I gave you the wrong impression. It's a mystery drama. Alright, so let's... of course, I haven't seen it, but it's in my goat. And I know that because Eevee loves it still. So the moment that Eevee says that it's not it's not in his top 5 anymore, like I know that okay, it's probably gonna go down here. But this season made it into Eevee's top 5 anime of all time. So like I'm like, all right, we're set. We're cooking with this one, guys. We're cooking with this one. All right, Zenshu. This was a meh, and it's a very low end meh. In fact, if I had another tier. Actually, this is just a meh. I wish I liked it more, but like my overall feelings, I feel like I was kind of baited here. I feel like I was catfished with Zenshu. I'm actually really interested to see what you guys have to say about this. Watch season 3 fall off hard somehow? No, don't say that. No, no, Hank, no. Don't say that. On Ness's list, this could go way higher. 100%. I think Ness liked it a lot. I'd agree. It could go a tier higher for Zenshu. Yeah, so like for me, I feel like I was catfished into it because I don't think this is the description of it now. But let me just go down to it. Is causing moved? No, wait. Okay, wait. Let me just like skim through this really quick. After graduating from high school, Natsuko Hirose starts her career as an animator. Her talent quickly flourishes, and she makes for her debut as a director in no time. Her first anime becomes a massive hit, sparking a social phenomenon and earning her recognition as an up-and-coming genius director. Her next project is set to be a romantic comedy movie themed around first love. However, having never been in love herself, Natsuko struggles to understand the concept of first love, and as a result, she's unable to create the storyboard, causing the movie production to come to a standstill. Where in that description says that this is an isekai? Alright, I came into this show thinking that this was going to be a deep slice of life show about like this young woman who was a prodigy, kind of getting humbled in the industry and then like finding love, right? Very quickly, that is not the case. So yeah, I went into the show, got catfished, and I went along for the ride. I did finish this show. It wasn't bad, but I do wish that we got a show with this premise, because like she kind of does go on the journey of finding out the meaning of love with a character that she liked, with her husbando. But I don't really care for the fantasy elements of it that much. The story for me is like okay. It just became a very standard isekai very quickly. And I think if it had a darker ending, I would have liked it more. But the ending was very, and everything was happily ever after, kind of. I don't know. This one I just didn't vibe with. I really wanted to like it. But at the end of the day, when I think back on Zenshu, I don't think I'll rewatch it. And I always will have kind of like this feeling to it. I know my sister liked it. I need to ask her what she felt about it again. But let me see. A tier specifically for that one episode. Okay, it had one episode. I keep hitting the mic. I'm sorry. It had one flashback episode that was mostly in the real world about what I was hoping it would be with her. It was her like in middle school or high school, kind of going through a bunch of like people confessing to her, and she just didn't understand it. I wanted that episode for the whole show. That episode is like an S tier or an A tier episode, but it's surrounded by the isekai, and it just didn't work with me. It really was a surprise isekai, 100%. Yeah, it's okay. Like, it's just a me thing, really. Like, if you guys say that, yeah, it's one of your goats or it's an A tier, I'm not gonna go like, why? Why is now for No Game No Life? I will be asking why. I want to understand why with No Game No Life, but with Zenshu, I know that this is a me thing. I wanted the original premise, and I did not care for the isekai. But I can see why people like it, because it's not a bad isekai. It's for me, it's a standard isekai, but it's not a bad isekai at all. It's got decent animation. The characters are pretty good. It just wasn't something that I was necessarily looking for. And this is not the first this is not the last catfish we've had this year. I don't want to spoil it, but there is a show of the summer season that I was really looking forward to. Again, it had a great slice of life premise, and it was boom, surprise isekai. And oh, it's bad. It's really bad. I'm not gonna spoil it. But we'll get to it when we get to the summer seasonal tier list in a few months. I have words to say. Let me catch up on chat. The description makes it sound like episode 8. 100%, yeah. Like, the description does catfish you. I didn't know it was an isekai either until Eevee saw a head on it. I shrugged it off as another slice of life or something. Very misleading synopsis. Yeah, I don't get why they do these catfish things. Which I'm gonna restate this when we get to the summer seasonal list. But you know, you make a synopsis like this, right? You're gonna get, and I think at the time when Zenshu, like when Sora, Eevee, and I were looking at this, I think at the time isekai and Person in a Strange World were not in the tags, or fantasy, because you know, obviously the website doesn't know what the show's about until the show comes out. They only go off the synopsis and probably what the marketers give them. So I don't think the warnings were there. Maybe they were. I just wasn't paying attention. So I don't understand this fake marketing thing, because you're gonna get people that are looking for the slice of life, that they're looking for like this more slow-paced, real-world thing, and then you catfish them with an isekai. So automatically, you're probably gonna get a lot of people who are like, "Oh, this isn't what I was looking for at all," and then they leave. And then everyone that likes isekai, like Ryan, if they don't get told that this is an isekai, like in this description, what makes them think that it's going to be a show for them? I do not understand this marketing tactic. It is very dumb to me. The description made it sound like it's exactly it. It made it sound like Look Back, and I'm like, oh my god, I loved Look Back. I can't wait to see this. And then like, it didn't get Look Back. Have I rewatched No Game No Life since I first watched it? No, I have not. Again, maybe I'll go through it with Sora. It is. I know it's a show that he really likes. It's not a show that I would complain about rewatching. I know I was a pain in his ass when we were watching the K-drama. That K-drama wasn't good. I wouldn't be a pain in the ass about it, but it's not something that I'm necessarily looking forward to rewatching. It's just kind of, to me, it's just kind of like, meh, you know? Like, I don't, it's not like it's not something like, I can't wait to rewatch this, or maybe I should rewatch this to understand my feelings about it. It's just kind of a show like, it started, it ended, that's it. I'd say compared to a lot of other isekai, No Game No Life is an A, or at minimum a high B tier. But in overall counting all anime in history, though, yeah, probably B, being critical. I would probably put in like C or D tier for I don't know. I am pretty harsh. I am pretty harsh on shows that I don't like. On shows I glaze, I'm like super forgiving, and not just for like shows. For like things I enjoy, I'm super forgiving. But for shows that I like don't care for, it's typically like a pretty sharp like contrast. But yeah, I don't know. Isekai isn't like the most enlightening genre. But yeah, it's all personal taste. Yeah, it's up to personal taste, I suppose, for that one. Yeah, yeah. Maybe if No Game No Life got more seasons, because I haven't read the light novel, maybe if it got more seasons, I would have been more like, maybe I would have gotten into the sunk cost fallacy of like, okay, I've seen so much of this, I can't say it's a C or D tier. It has to be a B tier for me because I've invested so much time for it. But as of where we left off, I'm just like, it was a show that I watched, and that was basically how I left off with it. Sora, yours. That was a fun time, but he did like the K-pop movie I actually recommend, unlike the show I did to mess with him. Yeah, I liked Demon Hunters, Sora. You get your W there, but you take a massive L with the K-drama. But yeah, no, the K-pop Demon Hunters was great. That was a good recommendation. But yeah, Sora, maybe after Violet Evergarden we can watch No Game No Life together. I don't know. It seems that I should give it a second shot. Bro said more seasons for No Game No Life. I know. What a joke, am I right, guys? It's not happening. Which, like, listen, I may not like it, but I feel bad for you No Game No Life fans, because damn, that is not happening anytime soon, or at all, because of the tracing fiasco. Okay, so I think this is the last show that I haven't seen in completion, and everything else I have seen. So for this one, the Guild Receptionist show, um, I'm gonna put in I wish I liked more. I didn't end up finishing it. I watched like 2 or 3 episodes, and I kind of just thought to myself, that's about it. This is done by Cloverworks, so I was expecting a lot more in terms of animation quality, and it was very standard. I did like the main character, but everything else surrounding her, the plot, the progression of the episodes, just was kind of a slog. I do wish I liked it more. I'm actually going to put it to the top of this because I really wanted to like a fantasy this year, which we fantasy I think has not been doing too well this year. But I really wanted to like a fantasy this year, and I thought this was going to be kind of like a more slice of life niche fantasy thing, and it just kind of ended up being okay. I wish I did like it more. If I'm being realistic, it would probably be in meh if I watched all of it. Um, it should technically be in dropped because I didn't watch all of it. But I will put it in I wish I liked it more because I really wanted to get into this show and I just couldn't. Not gonna lie, y'all watching K-dramas together sounded gay as fuck. listen, Sora was gassing up his K-drama, right? He was like, this is one of the best romances I've ever seen. I love this romance. And he was saying that he's really getting into K-drama right now, which, listen, there's nothing wrong with getting into K-drama, you know? Like, it's its own genre of romance, and not all K-dramas are technically romance. I don't know if maybe a K-drama is supposed to be romance, but I think Hellbound is technically a K-drama. It's Korean, it's dramatic K-drama, and I love Hellbound. That's so good. I need to watch season 2. But you know, I was interested. I'm like, I love romance as a genre, right? I'm interested in seeing what this has to offer, especially if Sora's giving it so much glaze. Now I will never trust Sora's recommendations again, especially since he has Apothecary Diaries in a D tier. But that is neither here nor there. But it was really bad. I was being a little bitch watching that. I was complaining every episode. I don't know how Sora made it through so much of his bit. Because like he like at the near the end, I found out that he was just doing this because he didn't even care for the show either. He was just doing this to make me watch it. I don't know how he stuck through 10 hours of me complaining about it. Well, he didn't. He went to sleep, but anyway. No, but we're watching Peak right now. Yeah, Sora, but we spent like 10 hours watching K-dramas. Eevee saying it sounds gay, but doesn't act like he says far worse stuff on call and some weird kinks at night. That's true. I don't think he has an. I don't think he actually has an ND. I think he said realistically it's like a B tier show. I'm just messing with him. But yeah, never let Sora cook with romance again. Hey, Eevee got his crown back. Eevee's #1 again. Okay, so now we are getting into the shows that I have seen in completion. And we are finally gonna start padding out the top 2 tiers. My god, it took us too long for this. Honestly, let's start going here. Okay, so Okinitsu, aka Okisaru. I fell in love with an Okinawan girl, but I just wish I know what she's saying. This one is a kind of not really miscommunication show, but apparently in Japan, Okinawans have their own dialect. So they do speak Japanese, but they have like their own words that they say. They own their own dialect, their own language. Some of it's slang, other times it's like they're actually just speaking full-on sentences in Okinawan. It's kind of becoming a dead language. From what I understand of the anime, it's becoming a dead language, but the Okinawans keep it alive, right? So this guy, he's a transfer student. He transfers to Okinawa, and he likes this girl, but this girl is really into that language. So she'll be saying stuff, and he like looks to everyone like, "Someone please translate for me." And I would say if it wasn't for this show, the Shuinji Family Children would be the best romance of the year so far. As of the end of spring 2025, the Shuinji Family Children would have been the best romance of 2025 if it wasn't for this show. I enjoyed this show so much. Every episode left me feeling good and had me with a smile. It is your standard slice of life. It is your standard romance. Nothing happens by the end of it. There's no progression, but it made me feel good. So this is one of my goats of the season. Oh my gosh, this is going to be a very top-heavy list. Let's see. I shall defend my crown. Ah, man, everyone's going for that crown. This video was brought to you by Genshin Impact. One day, I will get sponsored and I will make you guys all gamblers. Okay. So we're gonna go next. Dr. Stone, again, my goat. We're continuing with season 4 right now. This is one of my favorite animes. Every episode, it's just a lot of fun, honestly. So yeah, Dr. Stone. I literally just talked about this for an hour. I need to go edit the episode I just watched. I literally finished the episode, and I'm like, okay, I'm wearing a shirt right now. I'm gonna stream. So yeah, after this stream, I'm gonna start editing it and upload the early access and full length to Patreon. But it will forever be goated. The MILF Empire shall rise. Bring the MILFs, man. Bring them. If you quit gambling, you're not a winner. Sora, no. Sora, no. Rock solid ranking, you could say. Hit the drums. But all right. So let's see. We got a lot of heavy hitters. All right, Honey Lemon Soda. This is another romance. This was kind of standard in terms of like shy girl or reserved girl, bullied girl meets cool guy, but cool guy doesn't really know how to communicate. He can be kind of mean or standoffish, and like a lot of miscommunication, a lot of drama. By the end of this show, I was really looking forward to this one, but by the end of it, I was kind of on the meh side. When it comes to romance, I can be very harsh, but I can also be very forgiving. If it makes me feel good, I'll be very forgiving. But if by the end of the show I'm not super invested, which I feel like if I regret watching the whole show, then yeah, I don't know. This wasn't vibing with me. I liked her friends a lot. I liked the relationship she had with her friends a lot. But the relationship between her and the guy, not the kind of relationship I look for in romance. He's both very pushy and clingy, but also very reserved, which ended up being very confusing. There'd be some episodes where he's basically her bodyguard, always looking after her, and he's always behind her, always has a hand on her side. And then there's other episodes where he's like, get away from me, I need to be dark and mysterious, ooh la la. And wasn't really working for me. If this was a slice of life between her and her gal pals, her and her girlfriends, and her learning the confidence, I think I really would have enjoyed this. But the romance element of it just wasn't working for me. Also, her parents were a big L. Man, imagine making these this tier list next year and everything is just in goats, right? That's gonna be next year's seasonals are gonna be crazy. Put Dr. Stone on top with the crown, on God. Ohio, good morning world. Oh, still the best intro. This new intro, it's probably my top 3 or 2, but Ohio World, it will always be my #1 favorite intro for Dr. Stone. I was planning to watch Medalist sometime soonish after I finish Girls Band Cry. Yes, I got someone to watch Girls Band Cry. One of my goats. God, please give us a season 2. They just put that show on Crunchyroll, so I'm hoping that they give us, or that gives the show a boost in popularity, because it was impossible to watch before. While be watching Medalist, my plate isn't full. Going to watch a lot of anime on my own tonight so I can catch up faster. Ghost Band Cry is pretty good. I like every single Dr. Stone intro and all but one outro. Garbage. Yeah, Sora doesn't like CG animation. He has not given Girls Band Cry a chance. I don't think he would like it anyway. I don't think he's into girl band animes. But you know, since we're talking about Medalist, oh, I got an ad, so I'm not sure if everyone else got one too. But since we're talking about Medalist, let's talk about Medalist. This one, I'm not gonna lie, it's one of my goats. I wasn't sure what I was gonna think about this one. But I think I'm really getting into sports anime now. I think I said it on the stream. I don't think I'm really getting into shonen. I think I'm falling off of shonen right now. Like, of course, I have like shows that I've been watching for a long time, like My Hero Academia, and I'm committed to that franchise. I love that. But I think that's gonna end up being the exception that breaks the rule, or the exception that makes the rule. I don't know what the saying is. But I think shonen is falling for me, but sports anime is in. There's just something about the formula for sports anime. There's something about it. And the best part is, I actually learn real world things. Or at least I hope I'm learning real world things. I hope I'm not getting fed misinformation. But for no spoilers, since you guys are planning on watching it, yeah, this is kind of like your typical sports story. Underdog main character. You get introduced. I think it does a really good job at introducing you to the world of junior ice skating. And it's not like this cutthroat, bloody world, right? It's not over dramatized. I think it plays a very good balance of her being a kid, but her also being this fairly talented for being self-taught ice skater. And you learn a lot of like what it takes to be in this sport. And I loved it. I was so invested in this show. And I think we're getting a season 2. I think season 2 was announced. And I'm excited. I might end up going over to the manga to this if it doesn't get a whole adaptation, or if like it takes too long to get a season 2, because this is one of my favorites of the year so far. And I do not say that lightly, because there hasn't been that many standout shows, but this show is definitely up there for me. But I'm really into this formula right now. Get that 3D out of here. Sora, get out of here. Love Live was better? Love Live? Is it Love Live or Love Live? Love Live? Get out of here, Sora. Also, which one? Get out of here. I think the characters in it are pretty interesting, even if the 3D is not amazing. I think personally, it would do just as good in 2D animation for Girls Band Cry. Which is funnily, like, I am kind of like the opposite. I think Girls Band Cry excels because of its 3D animation. It's not Studio Orange quality, but I do think what makes Girls Band Cry stand out above every other anime that tries to do CG characters is that, one, it commits. There was a few scenes in 2D. I think like flashback scenes are done in 2D animation, and those look really good. And that's standard 2D animation. But with Girls Band Cry, I think they understand the weaknesses of 3D animation, which means they understand what they can't do. And I think they excel in what they can do. I think there's a lot of sauce in this show. There's a lot of really good looking effects whenever they're performing, and their performances are so good. I made a comment on Rock is a Lady. Rock is a Lady's Modesty, which is another girls band anime that aired last season. But that is semi-similar, you know, it's a girl band anime. I think I would have liked it more if it was fully CG animated, because like their performances are CG animated. I like it a lot, and the 2D animation is standard. I just think there's a lot of potential for 2D or for 3D animation now. I think Girls Band Cry actually it's looking better and better. CG animation is getting better and better as the days go by, so it's going to be interesting to see how it evolves within these next few years. I appreciate a sports anime with a good bit of realistic aspects to it. 100%. Me too, man. Me too. All right. Let's get controversial here. ReZero. Season 2 part... Or Season 3 part... Oh, this is part 2. Okay. If this was part 1, I would put it here. But this is part 2, which I liked a little bit better. This is like all the action. This is where all the action came in. This is where... this is like the climax of the season. I think part 1 was more setup. This is my least favorite season as a whole. Not part 2, not part 1. As a whole, season 3 is my least favorite season of ReZero. I think it adds the least to the world and to Subaru's character. It does kind of pay off, like, oh, Subaru's like grown now. So you do get the payoffs of a lot of Subaru's development, but I feel like we didn't get to see the strengths of ReZero in this season. It kind of just felt like we're going to try and do an action season or an action arc, which ReZero I don't think has ever shined in action. I don't know if this is an unpopular opinion or not, but I don't think ReZero's action is very good a lot of the time. I don't think the studio has ever blown me away. What is the studio that does ReZero? Maybe I shouldn't say this in case I ever want to work with anime. I'm going to get blacklisted. White Fox. Yeah, White Fox. They did a Kamega Kill too. That was not good. I don't think White Fox excels in action, but like the story of ReZero has always been what draws me into it, and as well as the world building. And I feel like this season just didn't really give me that, but it was very cathartic to see Greed, the Apostle of Greed, just get his face absolutely blasted. So that was great. But yeah, I mean, I love ReZero. Season 1 and 2, I think are some of the best character work I've ever seen in anime. Subaru is one of my favorite protagonists because of those seasons. But I think Season 3 just lost something that made Season 2 and 1 special. Bro's never getting his own anime like no, Night Spider will be animated, please. Please. Wait for Season 4, my man. Oh yeah, I am, man. I'm still invested in ReZero. I'm just saying my piece here. I'm not gonna drop it or anything. But yeah, I you guys, I know you're light novel readers. But yeah, I'm super excited for Season 4. And 5 and beyond, because you guys just keep gassing up. That's that. So yeah, I'm so hyped for it. Rock is a lady's modesty was what I imagined Girls Band Cry could have looked like. So I think me and you are a bit opposite on the CG thing. I think like mostly 2D, but certain scenes can do really well. Yeah, I'm like, yeah, we're exactly the opposite there, because I do see where that is. I think standard. I think like I said, Rock is a lady's modesty is like standard 2D animation. I think that's what Girls Band Cry would have looked like if they had done it. You know, like they would have done 2D animation for like everything else, and then for the band scenes they would have done the 3D animation. I think it would have looked good, but I do appreciate shows that commit to the bit, and what I mean by that is there's this one show, what was it called? Black Summoner is an isekai. I enjoyed it, but I'm going to assume for budgeting reasons, a lot of their fights were done in really bad CG animation, right? And then it would just contrast so hard when they went into 2D animation. Because sometimes they just go into 2D animation mid-fight too. So they didn't even commit to the bit. They didn't even commit to the CG for the entire scene. Sometimes they just go like horrible CG scene to a 2D PNG character within that scene. And I think what I'm understanding about myself now is if a show can commit to, even if the CG isn't that impressive, if a show can commit to the CG, then I'm probably gonna be more lenient with it, just because like they went for it. It might not look the best. I mean, and Black Summoner CG was not good. Girls Band Cry CG is like amazing in general, but in comparison, it's like spectacular. But I think if Black Summoner committed to a full CG thing, I would have liked it a little bit more. But the fact that they would switch for the fights, which I say, and then To Be Hero X is out here, but that's neither here nor there. That show's goated. Agree, here is by far the weakest season for me for ReZero. ReZero season 3 is weaker, agreed. Still good moments, just more average continuation without the wild ReZero moments. Yeah, that's exactly what is. It feels like a shonen arc. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. I think ReZero really hits its stride when it's in like this mystery, when it's like super dark, when we get to see Subaru at his lowest, and not just Subaru, like other characters too. I think that's where it hits its stride, and this season was more of like, look at Subaru's development now, and look how far he's come. Which it was really cool to see Subaru solve a lot of the stuff without having to rely on his powers. But I think that like his powers, the mystery and the intrigue really add a lot to the show. Which, I mean, I guess this season or this arc is basically just preparing the viewer like, man, look how competent Subaru has gotten. Yeah, that's not going to help for the future. Let's see. That reminds me. Did you see the anime censorship video I sent? Oh, I haven't seen it yet. Can't wait to see any anime with a right screen. I haven't seen it yet, but I have heard some things about like anime censorship being really bad in Australia right now. Which, yeah, no, I need to watch that video. I saw that you sent it last night, but I went to bed. But yeah, I need to watch it because that just sounds like atrocious news. I can appreciate them trying full CG though, but it really just depends on when they can swap to the CG at the best moments. But I think it takes true talent to know when and how to use the CG. Oh man, Ryan, if To Be Hero X wasn't Chinese animation, this is like the perfect example of it. Because episodes 1 through 7, they play with switching between 2D and CG. And I think they do it masterfully. And it's kind of the opposite. Like the main story is in CG animation, but the fights are in 2D animation. And I think they do the swapping really well. I think it's like I think that's like the masterclass example of swapping between the two. A lot of other shows that swap between the two, it's just kind of a commitment issue. It's either they only have like a it's like the classic isekai dragon is CG, but everything else is 2D, or like they just don't commit to it. But I think To Be Hero X really does the swapping really well. Fights are pretty good. We'll love Arc 6 then, man. Oh man, Arc 6 is gonna hurt because I've been hearing so much wild stuff. Yeah, dude, I've seen that. I think it's confirmed by the author, but Subaru's parents, his mom is just depressed. Like she's never recovered, and his dad is still, because like his mom thinks that Subaru offed himself, because like for that age of a Japanese student that is in Subaru's situation, it's very common, which is really sad. It's a real statistic. It sucks, man. But Subaru's dad just hasn't given up hope, and he's still putting up missing flyers for him. Oh, it hurts so much, especially seeing how his dad acts within like the flashback memory kind of thing back in season 2. Like that is diabolical lore drop from the author. But like, oh man, it does just make it tragic. They can't commit like a lot of married celebrities. Damn, Sora. Oh, part of the reason for my theory of what Arc 10 is going to be about. Okay, interesting. All right, let's just get this one out of the way. This is the one that everyone's turning their backs on. Solo Leveling became Anime of the Year. It's cool to hate on it now. This is a don't even bother, guys. It's one of the. It's so mid. It's nothing special. It's your standard. It's not a shonen, is it? Let's see. So, what's it tagged with? It's just action, isn't it? What is this tagged with? Action, dungeon. Okay. It's your standard action show, guys. There's nothing special about it. The animation's mid anyway. It's not consistent. Whatever. I know. We're all salty at one over Freerin. We're all salty at one over the Apothecary Diaries. We're all salty that Orb didn't get nominated. And this is still... Okay, actually not that. This is still one of my goats. I really enjoyed the season of Solo Leveling. I am salty that it won, but that doesn't hamper my enjoyment, especially since once again, for anyone watching the VOD, this list isn't like comparing it to every anime I've seen. This is solely for this season of anime. So this list is comparing every show here to every show here. Now, if we were to compare Solo Leveling to every show I've watched, it would probably be B tier, and I would not have this. I would not have like this kind of thing. I would just have it S through F. It would probably be B tier, but I enjoy Solo Leveling. It's a good time. Turn your brain off. See some really cool action. See some cool fights. Aura farming to the max. It is what it is. It's gonna win Anime of the Year again because competition isn't great this year. I hope To Be Hero X gets nominated. I doubt it, but I hope it does. Competition, it's not like the competition was just like the mind-boggling last year, and it still won. So like with the competition this year, the best shows are going to be all romances, which they don't do good in those things. So yeah, Solo Leveling is going to win again this year, guys. Get ready. But yeah, I still enjoyed it. It's a good time. Let's see. Ryan hates the idea of reverse isekai arc, which is my theory. I like arcs. I like that. I don't think anyone here is... shoot, I shouldn't say anything. It's a spoiler. But there's a show it's an American TV show. It's basically an isekai, and then there's an arc where it turns into a reverse isekai. I think they handled it well. I like the idea of it. It's the execution that I think where it really like falls, where it really falls onto. Shoot. No one cares. Spoiler for my own works. I am working on an isekai, and I do want to have an arc that does do reverse isekai for a little bit. So I like the idea of reverse isekai, especially for character development. It's like you take these characters that are like they're supposed to be the heroes of this new world. Like I was gonna say overpowered. Subaru's not overpowered. I mean, kind of, but so like you take these guys. They were losers in their old life. Usually, they get summoned to another world. They become heroes, or at least if they don't become the most overpowered character, they start to like their life more because of usually their lives are going better. They were a NEET in the real world, and they became they actually have friends in the new world, right? So I like the idea of taking that all away and putting them back in the real world, especially when you look at the consequences of like, hey, yeah, Subaru's parents really do miss him. It's gonna mess them up when he comes back, and it's gonna mess them up even more if he chooses to go back to the isekai, right? I just don't think a lot of shows address that. A lot of shows nowadays don't even address that people would miss a character that gets isekai. They're just like, oh, I'm dead. Guess I'm dead. Or guess I got summoned to another world. I don't really care. Go back, right? So I do think it's executions and story writing. But reverse isekai arcs have the potential to destroy your heart. And I think if Rizio does it, I'm a sob. Not a big fan of reverse isekai for the most part, except for a few. Yeah, I mean, like, again, execution. Sora is talking about... Sora says, it is for working culture and a traditional one. They really have so many depressed people. Oh, yeah, okay, so that's from our ReZero Subaru comment about his alleged death in the real world. Not my preference, anyway. Def salty about Orb not get... Okay, I thought I was the only one in our group that's seen Orb. Okay, yeah. Orb deserved a nomination. Hopefully it gets nominated this year because sometimes they do that. But for some reason, like a lot of fall shows got nominated, Orb just didn't. So that's so. I'm very salty about that. As I said, it's valid for solo leveling to be goats for the winter 2025. Don't care. Solo leveling still top tier, but yeah, I shouldn't. Okay, yeah, okay. I'm glad we were all on the same page here about solo leveling. I went on a big tangent about your previous comments, with Reverse Isekai. But yeah, I'm glad we're all on the same tier. That like, yeah, for the season it aired in, solo leveling is still goat tier. It's just like in comparison to everything else, it just not deserve to win anime of the year. At least season 3 isn't next year, thank God. Yeah, but movie of the year is just gonna be Demon Slayer this, Demon Slayer that, and Demon Slayer again for like the next 3 years. So are we really winning? No quality movie. The next look the next look back. I don't mean like a look back season 2, but I mean like a movie that's gonna be like look back that's like super deep and emotional and deserves anime of the year. They should just delay it until the Demon Slayer movie run is done because it's not gonna get any recognition. Solo leveling is good, but really the nominees really pushed it to where it won so much. I mean, like the anime of the year nominees, there was at like 4 or 5 of the 6 shows. I mean, there's an argument for Kaiju to be above or below, but like honestly, Free Run, Apothecary Diaries, Delicious in Dungeon, and I'm forgetting the nominees. Who was the 4th show? There was 4 really good shows in anime of the year. And I'm like, if you can't remember, why is it like enough? I just forget the nominations. But I feel like those 4 shows deserved anime of the year more than Solo Leveling. It did deserve Best Action. I think that's fair. I think Solo Leveling did deserve Best Action, but like anime of the year, nah. Whoever had an idea for Felix from Stray Kids and Lisa the Goat to sing the opening deserves it. Honestly, yeah. I mean, the opening is really good too, and like that's probably gonna win opening of the year. Oh yeah, for my isekai book, I told Sora the premise, uh, and I wasn't even asking him to guess the plot twist. He just said like, "Oh, is this where it's going?" I'm like, "Dang," which I mean, like, it's not supposed to be a major plot twist. I wasn't hanging like my fruit in the basket of the plot twist, but it was kind of funny. As I was kind of thinking, like, are people gonna know what the plot twist is before we even get to there? Because like the plot twist doesn't come in until like at least halfway through the story. It is a long story. I think that Subaru's and Betty will end up reverse isekai somehow. I have my thoughts, but spoilers. Just for an arc or half an arc, even. Reverse Isekai is. Oh my gosh, I'm finally catching up. I'm so sorry, guys. Reverse Isekai has good potential, but isn't always portrayed just right to me. Fair. Oh, isn't Eminence and Shadow doing Reverse Isekai now? I wonder how that's gonna go. What's Orb? Never heard of it. Oh my gosh. Just for a sec. No, we'll talk about it in a second. That's very complicated. I was about to say let's go to this real quick. That's I have very complicated feelings. Now hear me out. Time works differently in the real world than the ReZero world in 6 weeks, 6 years. 6 have passed, or 10 even. Orb on movements of the Earth was really underrated, 100%. And that's going to be the next show we're going to talk about. Demon Slayer movie is going to be the new solo leveling for Anime Awards. Yeah, I mean, Demon Slayer is already the solo leveling for the Anime Awards. So those movies, like, it's really hard for anime movies because I don't feel like like, a lot of good ones happen per year. And, like, a lot of the anime movies are, like, usually filler. Like, My Hero Academia, all of their movies are filler. Spy Family, that was filler. So there's very few original movies that come out. And since Demon Slayer it's not filler. It's going to be the last arc in 3 movies. And it's going to be the last arc of a trilogy. So yeah, it's a wrap for movie of the year for the next 3 years. It's going to be crazy. Remember they chose it over one. Yeah, if it got chosen over One Piece, it's a wrap for the movies because there's no competition. Don. Oh yeah, Don. Right, yeah, for anime of the year. Yeah, it was those 4 shows. That no wonder why I didn't remember it. Yeah, Don isn't my kind of show. But yeah, those 4 shows, even Don, I think on a technical level, I think it does consider to be more recognized than Solo Leveling. Doesn't it help that the vote happened during the time season 2 and that fan made Solo Leveling show was releasing? That's true. I think season 2 really did influence it. So we'll see if it was recency bias, or we'll see if it was this year. We'll see if it was recency bias or if it was like just Solo Leveling became a phenomenon. Like it's not just anime watchers that watch Solo Leveling. Like your taxi driver watches Solo Leveling, right? Your pizza delivery guy watches Solo Leveling. Your grandma probably watches it. She just doesn't admit it. So like everyone watches Solo Leveling. It's become that thing. It's like become the new Attack on Titan, where it's like Attack on Titan blew up, like way past the anime fandom. Everyone was talking about it. Everyone was like, "Oh my god, it's like Game of Thrones, right?" Like people might not have known what anime was, but they knew what Attack on Titan was. Solo Leveling has kind of reached that status. So we'll have to wait and see if it was recency bias because of season 2, or if it really is just, yeah, your average person knows what Solo Leveling is, so that's the only thing that they're going to vote for. And we'll see in 2026. The One Piece is not real. I'm sorry, Sora. It lost to Demon Slayer. So, honestly, that makes One Piece kind of overhyped. So, what you gonna do? Alright. Oh, 10 years. Damn. If 10 years passed, oh my god, that's gonna break Subaru's parents' heart. It's gonna break my heart. Because, like, you get your son back. And then he's gonna go back to Amelia. So that's gonna suck, man. It's probably going to end up... So, for the reverse isekai that I was talking about, for the American show, I loved it, but they kind of had their cake and ate it too. Whereas, by the end of the show, they can go between both worlds. So it's like, they didn't have to choose between their family or their new life or their new responsibilities on the other world. They had both, right? Which, it was a good ending. I'm not going to say... It was a good ending, right? But... with ReZero, Subaru always has to make these tough choices. So yeah, that arc is gonna just tear my heart out. If he has to choose between his parents and Amelia, we know that Subaru is gonna choose Amelia. His parents aren't gonna understand, and I it's not that Subaru hates his parents. It's just like his responsibility and his life is become so much more than my harem power fantasy in that fantasy world. He has responsibilities now. He has people that rely on him. It's gonna hurt. It's gonna hurt seeing him make that choice, and it's gonna hurt seeing his parents have to accept that choice. And maybe they don't even accept it. That's gonna suck to watch. It's gonna be so good. Somehow I missed a word. Why did I read that as a Joker? Jesus. Gee Willikers, Batman. Somehow I missed a word. Alright, time to back up Crunchyroll. Sister Leveling unironically affected its wig. Oh no! Yeah, me and Eevee were looking at trends of anime searches over the years, and Solo Leveling just massively spiked, like right up to One Piece levels of popularity in a very short time period. I think it could become a more... Oh, yeah. Okay, so yeah, for Solo Leveling... Yeah, so it is becoming, like, pop culture at this point. It's more than just, like, oh yeah, Solo Leveling's an anime. It's like, have you seen Solo Leveling? It's the water... Is this still a thing? The water cooler talk, right? That's what Solo Leveling is becoming. It's becoming the Game of Thrones for anime. Not in terms of, like, plot or tone, but in terms of, like, there was a time everyone's like, have you seen the newest episode of Game of Thrones? Right? You would go into, like, your laundromat, and someone was like, dude, yo, Game of Thrones just released this newest episode, you know? So, like, now that's Solo Leveling. Somehow, it broke the mold. It broke out of its mold of anime and it's become popular culture, and it's just going crazy. Which, you know what? Good for Solo Leveling. I'm sure that the creator is very happy, and hey, I still enjoy it. It just kind of sucks that other anime don't get the recognition that they deserve because they're in Solo Leveling Shadow. And for the going back to ReZero, I think it could be more of a wholesome moment where the parents help guide him a bit before he has to leave again. It can go either way, and like that's why I'm excited to see it, because like it's like it could be a wholesome moment, it could be a tragic moment, it could be a little bit of both. And ReZero, even though I just gave my grievances about season 3, its writing is still really really good, especially for character moments, and this is the biggest character moment you could have. So whatever they do, whatever they decide, however they decide to go, if they do a reverse isekai thing, it's either way, it's gonna make me cry. If it happens, it's just a theory that makes sense for this part of the story. Dog was more searched than Jesus and pizza. It being more searched than pizza is crazy. Yeah, Solo Leveling searches reached Jesus level of searches online at one moment. That is crazy how popular Solo Leveling has gotten. I don't know how. Like, I know, like, okay, I understand that it's like a very easy show to get into. I do not know how it has gotten to that I don't know how it managed to break into that mold, because I feel like there's a lot of I mean, Demon Slayer kind of did that once episode 19 hit, and then I don't think anyone cares about Demon Slayer anymore. But yeah, like Solo Leveling, congratulations. I don't know how you became Jesus level, but good for you. Probably the aura farming yeah, the memes definitely helped a lot. Unironically, I think sister leveling I definitely think aura farming. I'm not sure about sister leveling, but I definitely believe like aura farming and clips on TikTok really helped to push Solo Leveling's popularity. Because hey, like you show like the Beru fight at the end of season 2. I have seen so many memes of that. I've seen so many clips. And every time I see a clip, I just watch it in full. The Beru fight is so entertaining to watch, and I just watch it the full length clip whenever I run into it. So yeah, aura farming definitely helped. Sister leveling probably helped. I don't know how much, but it probably did help, just because people go like, "What is this? Let me go see what this is about," and then they get like this awesome action show instead of like their ecchi stepsister Alabama thing that Sora probably wanted Solo Leveling to be from the beginning. But that's neither here nor there. Anyway, back to the next ranking. Okay, yeah. Back to the next ranking. We're going to be talking about Orb. This is part 2. Kind of. Okay, so the way Orb was released all in week to week, there was no break. This is technically part 2. This is the second half of Orb, episodes 12 to 14, which I don't mean to spoil anyone, but I just need a refresher and what exactly episode 12 was. Or, let's see. Okay, so this is... Alright, gotcha. Damn, this is a long arc. Oh my goodness. I thought this arc was way shorter. No, wait, never mind. The heck? Wait, what? Wait, why? Oh, okay, that's the intro, right? I feel like this guy is like way later. Okay, so I'm mixed on this half. Okay, so this first half of Orb, goated, easy S tier. Then we get from episodes 13 to 15, still goated, S tier. And then after that, from episode 16 to the end, the way Orb works, I'm not going to spoil like major moments, but just like to kind of go through this, it's 4 different stories. It's 4 characters going through the same story. So we get time skips and we get character different perspectives. So the first arc, the second arc, the third arc, and the fourth arc. Episodes 1 through, what, 16? Episodes 1 through 15 are the first two arcs. And I think, beautiful, S tier. Some of the best I've seen. Once we get into the third and fourth arcs, it's still good. But for me personally, I didn't get as invested into those characters as I did for the other two characters, or the other characters from the other arc. I thought these arcs were a lot slower. The last arc just kind of confused me with the ending of it. Like the last episode, the ending kind of confused me, which I need to go and like see an explanation as to what that last arc was. And then the third arc, when we were following the Crusaders and the girl, it took me a lot longer to get into their characters. Thinking back on it, I do like them, but it was a lot slower in terms of the I didn't click with them as much as I clicked with the past two arcs. That being said, if this was the first part, if this was part 1, the first 12 episodes, S tier. Maybe even above Apothecary Diaries. I mean, like, I haven't seen Apothecary Diaries yet, but like it would probably be like that. But much like ReZero, I think for this part, we have 3 banger episodes, the ending of Arc 2, and then the rest of the show. I think this half of Orb is an easy A tier, but it did fall off from the momentum that it had from the beginning of it. Which, I don't know if that's just me. Maybe I'm just yapping. But let's see what the comments have to say. Next arc was longer but still good. Let's see. Everyone's just aura farming for the crown. Orb War Edition. Let's see. Ending was a bit confusing, but I think it was just them trying to figure out a way to close it. Yeah, that's the thing. Like the ending, like, I don't want to spoil it because Sora is still watching, I think. Yeah, oh yeah, dude. The climax of Arc 3, perfect. The climax of Arc 3 was so good because we get these characters that we've been following since the beginning, and then how it all wraps up. It was so good. But I think the journey within Arc 3, I don't know. Maybe if the characters I liked more, I would have been more into it. I enjoyed the philosophy of the Crusaders, and I enjoyed like headbutting with the main character. But it wasn't as interesting to me as the eye patch guy, or I'm terrible with names. The eye patch guy or the main character of Arc 2. But yeah. Not gonna lie, maybe the ending felt like they ran out of time. Maybe it kind of does feel like that. It's like there's no explanation, and then like this one character comes back, and you're like, "How did this happen? I'm very confused. Is this an alternate timeline?" Which, I mean, it's not. It's semi-historical. It does have a manga. It's only 4 volumes. They're 4 thick volumes. I think it's omnibus, so it's technically 8 volumes, maybe. Maybe it's 12 volumes, depending how many they squish into it. There's 4 volumes of Orb. I do want to pick them up, and I do want to read it just to see the differences and if the ending is better explained in book form. But I still really liked Orb. Altogether, I think it is an S tier show. Like, if you put season 1 and 2 together, it's definitely up here. But splitting it, part 1, part 2, for me personally, I'm going to have to put it in an A tier for part 2. Part one still peaked though. Part one deserved a nomination in the Anime Awards. Overdone it on over Solo Leveling, whichever one of the two. Over Kaiju Number 82, whichever one of those three should have been nominated for Anime of the Year. I think the orb ending might be better explained in the ending of the book better. Maybe. Yeah. Orb talk done yet? Yes, it is. Okay. Oh wait, Eevee, you've seen Orb, right? maybe that's why you were spamming the chat, just to give yourself something to do. I thought you did watch Orb. Or maybe it was just Ryan. I know Sora hasn't seen it yet. Oh, he has not? Okay, yeah. I'm very glad I didn't spoil anything either. My bad, G. An episode? Dude, get on it. Get on it. It's such good philosophy. Okay. Let's do the Amagami sisters. This is a harem. Is this part 2? Let's see. This was another, like Orb, this one aired from episode 1 to episode 24. I think it was from last year. Yes, it is. Okay, so this actually aired in fall. So this one carries over. So this is the second half. This is part 2 of the Amagami sisters. I'm gonna be so this is the ending of Amagami sisters. I think the first half is probably there, but then the show ends and it's just one of those things where like it's a harem. I thought I was gonna really enjoy it. I actually really liked the first half of the season. It's nothing special, right? It's your typical guy with basic personality gets into a situation where these 3 girls end up having to spend time with him, fall in love with him. It is what it is. This one, was I looking forward to this one? I don't think so. I think I saw the trailer for it and I'm like, okay, looks like something I would enjoy, just based off of like harem silliness. I like harem silliness. But by the end of the show, I don't think the chemistry between any of them was really anything special. And then they did this alternate parallel world thing that I just really did not like. I think it actually made the show worse in retrospective. So yeah, it just ends up being a meh. I don't think it's that bad where I would tell someone don't even bother, but this is definitely not something that I would recommend to a lot of people unless you are very bored and you have a very specific niche. But for me personally, I ended the show and kind of like, man, why did I watch all 24 episodes of that? All right, so we have 2 bangers left off. Wait, let me see. Ryan is probably at murdering my orb watch though. Isekai month 2, but instead of all isekai, it's just watching the worst ones every day of the month. Oh god. Yeah, it's your typical romance. Actually, I think it's worse than your typical romance. Because it's just, at the end of the day, it's not very romantic. I wish I dropped it. That's where I'm at here. But yeah, we are at our last two heavy hitters. Blue Box Part 2, or the second half of Blue Box, and Link Click. The Brigden arc? Dry spell. Ryan, the only romance I have in my goats, and the only romance I have basically representing anything above C or D tier, is the Okinawan one. It's this one and the Shuinji family children that are like the only 2 romances that we've had for the first 6 months of 2025. Granted, summer again, have some hype romances coming up. This is gonna be I'm gonna be eating good this month or this season. But like, yeah, for the first 6 months of 2025, it has been a terrible time to be a romance fan because we've only had two good ones, and one of them's an incest one, semi-incest. But like, god damn, it sucked being a romance fan. I'm in a dry spell right now, and that's probably why I committed to the Amagi sisters, just because like there wasn't really anything else to watch within this genre. But Blue Box, speaking of romance, part two, this is where a lot of payoff comes off with part one's building the relationships between all of these characters. Oh yeah, it's in my goats. I love romance. Blue Box. I don't want to say it's your standard romance because it has a lot more to offer than like your typical romance. If the Tying the Knot with the Amagi sisters is slightly below standard romance, this is much stronger. Like this is like way up on the higher end of romance. Like it follows the beats of your standard romance, right? You have your characters, your love triangle, the relationships between them, the building, and all that. But like the characters don't feel like, oh, we're in a romance show, we have to get with one another. It feels a lot more real, and it's not like the cringy, like, oh, like I'm meek guy. I can't talk to you. You're way too popular for me. Or like, oh, don't worry. I know I'm popular, but I like you. So come over here. You're mine now. It's not like this cringy thing between these two. It's like genuine respect that each grow for each other, and that respect grows into feelings. And like, some of these characters, they don't know how to articulate those feelings. They don't even know how they are feeling in general. They don't know like what it's like to be falling in love. This is just grade A romance, a phenomenal ride through. Technically not this year because this aired in 2024, but it did bleed into this year. So the top three the top three romances are Blue Box, Okinawa, and the Shuunji family children. Those are the top three romances of the first half of 2025. And Blue Box is cheating because it aired in 2024. It was even nominated for an award, I think, in the Crunchyroll Awards this year. Will one day watch Blue Box. Dude, please. And let me know what you think about it. But today is not my time to binge romances yet. You'll get into your romance arc. Yeah, we always do. Yeah, Pyrotic loves it. I actually, after the season ended, I was on eBay, and someone was selling the manga to Blue Box. They were selling like the first 12 or 13 volumes for like $100, which is like $30 off. Like, because $30 off. These volumes are like $10 each. I think later volumes become a little more expensive, but you save $30. I'm like, hey, why not? So yeah, I have. And then I started pre-ordering the manga, so I have the entirety. Like Dr. Stone, I have the manga to read. I just need to find the time to read it, and then also find out if season 2 is coming out anytime soon. Because if it is, then I'll just wait for season 2. But if not, I can fall on this. But yeah, Blue Box, I love it. Grade A romance, and from what Pyrotica said, I'm going to love the manga. The manga might break into my top 5 or top 3 romances of all time, just based off of what Pyrotic has been gassing up for it. Also, tell him who wrote one of those. Wrote what? Always buried under seasonals in Isekai. Me too, man. Me too. A more realism type of romance. That's probably appreciated compared to a lot of the other more typical seasonal romances. What a deal! The romances you liked? Oh yeah, the Shuunji family children. Yeah, that's okay. I know what you mean. Yeah, that's written by the guy that wrote Rent a Girlfriend. I'm sure that show is gonna fall off a cliff. But I'm 2 episodes away from finishing season 1. it's still good. I mean, like, it's trash, but it's good trash. Um, yeah, but yeah. Blue Box, man. Oh my god. I now I want to go back and rewatch it. Or I can reread it. I can read it for the first time. Bro sounded like me with the seasonal isekai. Dude, yeah, like um right now I'm just buried in seasonals. I really want to get through them. I want to find out what I'm going to drop and what I'm going to commit to just so I can start watching my romances, cuz I know like the romances that I'm going to watch Bunny Girl, Dress Up Darling. Grand Blue isn't a romance, but I don't know. It's in my most hyped ones. Call of the Night and The Fragrant Flower. I'm gonna watch those 5. I know for sure. But like everything else, I want to know what I'm gonna drop, just so like I'm like, okay, this. Once my list of 30 shows becomes like a list of 10 shows, that's much more manageable for me. I can finally start watching some of the older shows I want to watch. And then let's see. We Still Talking is crazy. I know this was supposed to be a short. I was like, yeah, I'll just power through this stream, and then like we just kept going on. We kept going on tangent after tangent. Yeah, I figured like Ryan didn't know that and just had to let you know whose work he was glazing. I'm not glazing. I am glazing his work, but I'm not glazing his work. Listen. If I know your type, right? Like Sora, I would totally recommend, if you wanted to watch something trashy, I would totally recommend the Shuunji Family Children, just because I know the kind of hentai he likes. But yeah, I'm saying this, like, typically the Shuunji Family Children would be nowhere near a top 3 list, and once summer happens, Shuunji Family Children won't even be in my top 10 romances. But just because we've been in such a dry spell these past 6 months, it sneaks into the top 3, technically the top 2 if you don't count Blue Box as a 2025 anime. Bunny Girl Senpai's Peak. Oh my god, I'm totally going to be rewatching all of Bunny Girl as the season progresses. Short 2. Is it been 2 hours already? Oh my god. Guys. Whatever. I still need to edit the Dr. Stone video, so maybe it's coming a little later to early access and full length. Maybe it'll be coming a little later than what it should have been. But yeah, I'm yeah, just the tangents. Oh god, nah. For the Rent-A-Girlfriend author reveal. Bro's coping in pain, begging for romance. Alright, let's get to the last one and end the stream. Oh, Eevee reclaimed his crown. Let's go. Alright, Link Clink, the Bryden arc. This show, Link Click, man, it is one of the best shows I've seen. I love Link Click. Again, wait a minute. I just realized, again, another Chinese animation banger. Epic fight scenes, incredible characters, super great plot. Where else am I going to put it? Yeah. Where else am I going to put it other than my goats? You know, I say that this was a slow season, like a slow year for anime, but we have 7 goats for the season. I think that's a lot more than what last season was. What? Let me see. I know we were talking about it. I know I sent my screenshot here. Let me see in the anime zone of our Discord. Oops. Okay, I had 4 goats in my spring season. So right now, 11 goats in the year. That's not too bad. Not too bad at all. But, yeah, Link Click, this Brigand arc, it's kind of a build-up arc for season 3. But still, man, there is some scenes that it's Link Click. It hits. You've spent 2 seasons with these characters, so even though this is a short season, I think it's like 6 episodes. They still have moments that develop these characters, and it is kind of wonky. I don't want to spoil, but this kind of takes place in the past. But even then, like you start learning things about these characters that you hadn't known in these last 2 seasons, and then when you remember that this takes place in the past, you get hit, especially with how season 2 ended. You get hit with like kind of like this, like something really bad is going to happen. It might not be this season, but something really bad is going to happen, and this is probably the last time we'll see these characters happy for a long time. And there's happy moments in the season, there's tragic moments in this season, there's mysterious moments. This is unlike ReZero, where I feel like ReZero kind of lost what was special to it in this season. This continued to push on what made Link Click so special. And I am very excited for season 3, but I also dread it because I don't know how our boys are going to get out of this one. Let me see. Yeah, I'm up there with my opinion of Link Click like stories with the Apothecary Diaries. Hey, everyone's entitled to their own bad opinions, okay? I think there was more higher tier, less goats. The reveal at the end of season 2 was crazy, right? And season 3 is gonna go insane, 100%. And you know, my goats are not everyone's goats. Like realistically, this list should kind of look like this. I think realistically, if I was trying to be like an objective critic, but these are my goats. Like this is what I love, and honestly, I don't know, because I'm trying to like separate this season. I do think this season deserves to be here, but it was really satisfying to see Cornelius get punched in the face a bunch of times. I think I might actually keep it here though. I don't like when I think back on this season of ReZero, even though like this was like the payoff for a lot of fights. I don't have a lot to say about this season. I don't have as much positive things to say about this season as I do previous seasons. So I think I'm actually gonna put it in like a B tier. It's still a good time, not perfect, but a good time. But yeah, the goats tier. I think it is overstuffed this season. I'm being way too kind to a lot of these shows, but these were the shows I enjoyed, and I know I'm going to enjoy. This is an investment placement right here, because I know I'm going to enjoy the Apothecary Diaries. But yeah, if you guys are going to watch anything, I would say Medalist would be my recommendation for if any of you guys are like, oh, I wonder what show, like if you guys for some reason like want to take my opinion or my word on something, I would say my recommendation for this season would be Medalist. This was my sleeper hit of the season. I think I don't see a lot of people talking about it, and I really enjoyed it. I think it's a great introduction to the world of ice skating, and it's got some incredible character work in it too. It makes you root for the protagonist, and it makes you love like the sport, the grind. It makes you really appreciate what real people have to do to get into this industry. So yeah, I think if anything, Medalist is my biggest recommendation for this season, and then like everything else, my goats. This one's a taste thing. Like I just enjoyed this one a lot. It made me smile. I really like this, but it's like not everyone's gonna care for this one. Eevee's been a member for 19 months? Oh my goodness. Congratulations. Wow, Eevee. It's almost been 2 years, right? Is that how math works? Wow. That's crazy. Let me scroll up a little bit. You know what would be funny if next year we compare winter 2026 to winter 2025? Oh my god. No, that's just gonna be overstuff. I'm gonna be like looking at my 2025 list and go like, why did I put so many in goats? Because clearly this is what a goated list looks like. Like that's gonna be crazy. Not long until the stream ends. Yeah, I'm gonna end this. I'm gonna start wrapping up right now. And yeah, all right, guys, thank you all very much for watching. If you are new to the stream, I see that we have 5 viewers right now. I know who 4 of them are. But yeah, if you're new to the stream or if you're new to the channel, you know, do you think, check it out, subscribe, and check out my other tier list. I have one for summer 2024 and spring 2025, as well as a few other tiers. Took forever. Ah, Sora, when are you gonna? When's the next time you're streaming, Sora? Huh? When is the next time you're gonna stream? So I make sure I'm busy on that day. Okay, guys, have a good one. GG's. Look forward to the summer 2025 tier list in like 2 or 3 months. Man, I'm excited for this. I'm excited for this season, for summer. And then check out the Patreon too, because I have some more content that can't be on YouTube because of copyright reasons. This week I'm gonna be skipping. I've been consistently uploading some Patreon content. I'm gonna be skipping this week, but next week we'll go back with the fall 2024 openings and endings. I just was really busy this week, so I wasn't able to get to it. But yeah, thank you all very much for watching. Like, subscribe, comment down below. Check out the Discord in the description down below, and I'll see you all in the next stream. Which, if I'm not back to work, we will have another tier list stream next week. But it's not going to be anime related, and I am excited. I'm excited to go through it because it's a little different. It's not anime related. It's not Marvel. It's not DC related. If you can guess, you can guess. But yeah, I'll see you guys next week if I'm not working, for another stream and some more videos. To Be Hero X video is coming soon, so make sure you guys watch that anime if you want to watch the entire video. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye.